position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Tar Heels about to kick it away and get this season started. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense in a bunch formation. Going right to work up top. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
The give to the lone running back. Knocked down for the tackle.
Well, the offense got themselves in a bad position to start, but a nice change up there, handing it off and getting a lot of the yardage back, David, now to set up third and at least a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, and when it's third and forever like that, I'm thinking pass. So great job slipping the run in there. Running back now putting them in a better position. But defensively, I still got them in third and long, still in a good situation.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
This defense is flying around with bad intentions. How about the stick the defender just laid on the tight end?
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Jet sweep to the receiver. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. They reached a national championship game last year, couldn't quite get the job done. What challenges do you see them running into this year beyond the schedule?
And that motivated them all offseason to be runner-ups, to watch somebody else celebrate and hold the trophy, and you were so close, Jesse. New additions, new faces, but this squad is hungry.
That's the key. This coaching staff really took a deep dive into their roster, and they isolated the positions that they felt they needed to get better at, and they addressed that in high school recruiting and the portal. I'm expecting big things from them this year.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, North Carolina! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
I mean, you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick 6 on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ballgame.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hawk. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. To the air on 1st down. quickly to the tight end. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Hurtado. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, by no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country. But you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession.
Will take over 1st and 10.
On the move. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Power football with the run. At midfield, he's got room. There he goes. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hawk. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. Finds a little space. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Quarterback making checks. They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking downfield on first down. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Finds his man. It's high. Tripped up for the tackle.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
We're still early in this ball game, but this QB has been hit several times already, been sacked. This is one of those games that the ice bath is going to be your friend afterwards. We're just getting started. It's still in the first quarter, for goodness sakes.
Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Starts a drive trying to go up top. A strike downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. He's up to 73 yards rushing in this game. What a way to start the new season. The Tar Heels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Keep it on the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Quickly complete. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Snap to the back. Headed to the end zone. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big 1st down.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. The Tar Heels will hustle to the line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, North Carolina.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
He'll bring it out. It's Hawk. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out at the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
Here comes the Texas offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The offense changing the play. Motion from the wide receiver. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He rifles one deep down the right side.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
It's 1st down from the 37-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Breaks into the open. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a 1st down just outside the red zone. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Rushes on him. Got rid of it just in time.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. This time he's got his man. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, UNC!
North Carolina.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
He'll bring it out. It's Hawk. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short.
First and 10.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Looking to throw on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Third down coming up.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
To the air. It's Beebe. Looking deep down the right side. He's got it inside the 30. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And that's what makes this offense so dangerous. They've got playmakers all over the field. Here they are on their own side of the 50, third and long. On any given play, they can take it the distance. They do right there. Not just moving the chains, but setting themselves up now first and goal.
They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Fourth and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. Making side adjustments here. Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorn!
We've seen this guy do it time and time again throughout his college football career. On critical down and distances, he shows up for his offense. He did right there on fourth and goal.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UTEP is down right now inside the Sun Bowl, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in El Paso. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Cincinnati. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. Let's take a minute and talk about North Carolina. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run, but what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Makes the grab. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Guys, let's talk a little bit about North Carolina. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just difference makers in this top 10 class, but they've got some guys that they think can be key contributors both on offense and defense. And in this first game, you know they've got to be excited.
Yeah, and they're probably nervous too, right? Like first big-time stage, big-time moment. A lot of young talent. Let's see how they start their career off.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Ready to stay ahead of the chains.
The quick out. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Touchdown, North Carolina! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
35, Texas, 7, Texas.
He'll bring it out. It's Hawk. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Motion from the wideout. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Beebe. Throws toward the end zone. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Complete to the left. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Out of the gun, the give to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Right back to the well. Turning it on. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the second half. Coming out with it, it's Lang. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw for the QB? Just put air on it. You could underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Got the first down and more. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Complete with conviction on the crosser. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, Wes.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat him.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it and still on his feet. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same.
Into the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they want. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason. Worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, North Carolina.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Then perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Temple is ahead right now in South Philly, but this game is a long way from being over. Better hold off on the run to Geno's for the time being. They're up by a field goal over UCF. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. Looking to throw, it's Beebe. Got his man downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down to the 37.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone, it's Lang. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. A little screen to the running back. There he goes. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass on second down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10. Running it to the right. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. And the Tar Heels racing to the line in a hurry up.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Working that left side now. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big 3rd down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
The Tar Heels come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Just keep swinging it. On the move, he fires. Complete to the right. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Tar Heels trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Makes the grab. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line, just spectacular execution there.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Back has it. Touchdown, UNC! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Well, when you've got a quarterback that has this type of ability, there's no question what your strategy is going to be week in, week out, right? They want to throw the football. They want to hurt you with their ability to push it downfield through the air. 3 passing TDs in this one already.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hawk. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Back to throw, it's Beebe. He fires a bullet to the right. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Texas! Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. The give to the left. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Scoreboard operator better stay loose. Plenty of time to go here as we start the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Right back to the well. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Lang. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you can just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Tar Heels really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, North Carolina!
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. San Diego State is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping. They're trailing by 18 to Nebraska. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Got enough for the first. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that if you want to do that. My goal now is, with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
To the air, it's Beebe. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talk about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Makes a connection. Just what they'd hoped for on third down, as they've got a first at the 32. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force-feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week one, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this. This coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Hawk. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, how many times are we going to call his name today? He has been so much fun to watch. Got a couple of sacks. Add another tackle for a loss here. He has been all over the field, and he has made some serious plays for this defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
Got the big pause on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll start this drive from the 42. From the gun, running back on the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. Tight end now in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. The Tar Heels decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Slips through the line. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. They'll start this drive at their own 48. He wants to change this route. Looking for a man. It's Beebe. Quarterback adapting. He's going to take off. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Bunch formation for these receivers.
22 water. 22 water.
They'll move the tight end. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here's a throw downfield late. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
First snap of this drive comes from the 32. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Bringing the heat. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
This time on target. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Even with this lead, they're going to toss it again. That's caught. It's Lang. That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher. You're more talented. A lot of people point to this game. Possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right.